Hello everyone, my name is Jayona, but you can call me Jay. And today we're going to be playing a little demo of this beautiful factory building game called Sandustry. And I just wanted to show you guys how amazing this game is. Even though it's a demo, it is still so much fun and so satisfying. So if you do enjoy factory building games, then this game is right up your alley. And it's definitely up my alley. It seems like a lot of fun. So we land on this barren planet right here, and we get a little tutorial up here. So just move and then space to hover. Nice. We're going to be using our mouse to dig like this. There we go. Digging some sand. And then select 2. Grab some sand, drop the dry sand into water, and it becomes wet sand. We're going to grab the wet sand, shake it a little bit, and then gold will come out. And slag will be left behind. We'll be using the slag later on to burn and process in our factory. But for now, we're just going to manually grab the dry sand, drop it in, turn it into wet sand, shake it a little bit, and drop it into our gold storage. Now this gold storage is a physical storage, which means if we delete the blocks, the gold is a physical item that's in there and it just stays in there until you spend the money. So let's do this a few more times. Oh wait, that was not shaken enough. There you go. Let's grab this one little piece. Is that gonna be enough? There you go. Let's get up to 50. Drop some dry sand in here, and let's do it a few more times. Build up our slag pile and drop the gold in our storage. There you go, 55. So this process will be automated later on, but for now, we're going to be doing a lot of things manually because we don't have the necessary tools to automate our facilities yet. So let's do a few things manually. Let's do some research. There you go. So we unlock shakers. Let's unlock the shakers, and we can also unlock, not yet, but we will eventually be able to unlock belts and launchers. So let's get 50 gold and unlock all of that. Shouldn't be too hard. It's a little bit of manual labor. There you go, 50, exactly 50. That is beautiful. Unlock. Perfect. All right, this is gonna be so amazing. This is gonna be a very OCD friendly gameplay because we're gonna be cleaning up the planet. We're not gonna be leaving resources behind. Wait, that's just slag. Okay. We're gonna make everything beautiful, nice, and very neat. There you go. Absolutely beautiful. So let's build, because we've unlocked a few things, let's build our little permanent factory. So let's plan it out, because this is not gonna be our permanent factory. We're gonna be building over here next to the big lake. I'm gonna add some, a barrier right here. It's a good barrier. Don't really know how tall I have to make it quite yet. But let's try a few things. So is this the bottom of them? Yeah, this is the bottom. So we're going to be using all of the space that we have because we can't break through this rock right here. Like we can't break through bedrock. It's impossible. So this is all the space that we have over here. So let's utilize the full area right here and use the space. So I'm gonna add 3, yeah, maybe 3 throwers down here that go that way. 2, 3, okay. I don't really know how tall I have to make them for now, but this will do for now. And then we can also add throwers going into the main throwers. So it works kind of like an elevator. So if we drop dry sand into this pond, it turns into wet sand and it goes up our elevator. And no matter where we drop the sand, it will always go in. So this lake will always be clean, which we like. We like to keep it nice, neat, and very clean. Well, let's do up to this spot. Oh, that is not the right spot. There we go. Up to this spot, so it's on the same level as our little barrier here. This is a temporary barrier. Well, no, it's not really temporary, but it's, I don't know the height yet. So our lake is filled up. No matter where we drop the sand, it will get converted and shot up our elevator. So let's make the shaker and gold storage area. So this is our edge. So let's extend it. This area will be our little trough for gold. So let's make it 2 high. Perfect. The gold will be transported with conveyor belts all the way to the corner. And then if we delete this, it will get shot up through one of these launchers. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, launchers. So let's close this area off and then put a little conveyor belt. Actually, I don't know the height. So let's make this area 15. Yeah, let's add 15 shakers maybe to this area, and then make it 10 tall. Let's say, yeah, let's make it 10 and add a little conveyor belt that goes that way. And then let's add our shakers. These are the shakers, I think. Select these ones, move them up. Let's add a little conveyor belt going that way. Ah, beautiful. Okay, let's move this whole system to the side where we actually need it. So, how do we want it? Oh, do we want it like this? Oh yeah, we want it like this because we don't want the sand from the shakers to drop on top of our pillar. Our pillar needs to stay clean. We need to leave a little space here. So all of this can be conveyor belts going that way. Yes, conveyor belts, perfect. And then our little thrower here can go up here. Let's leave a little bit of headroom, add a little bit of a conveyor belt, and close it off. So our money can get transported from here all the way up the elevator and get thrown into our main money storage area. So let's fill that up. There you go. So this is our money area. I'm probably gonna fill this in too, might as well, to like mark it where all of the money needs to go. So, okay, perfect. And then to not fill this area up, I'm gonna add throwers that go like this. So all of the slag that comes down the shakers doesn't pile up right here. So let's do it like this. Beautiful. Let's extend our little elevators. Let's delete these three and this. And let's extend them all up. Wait, how high? Like this, I would assume. One above the conveyor belts. Yes, that works perfectly fine. Eventually this conveyor belt right here is gonna be made out of filters. So if anything but wet sand comes up the elevator, it will be dropped down into the lake again to be processed again, which is gonna be a little bit better. All right, so leave a little headroom, good enough. And then let's make it close it up here, because if the sand comes up here and the pile is 3 high, before it enters our shakers, it will be flattened down to only 1 high, so it can be processed way easier over our shakers, so it doesn't clog the shakers. So that seems like a good design. Perfect. All right. This will be our slag storage area. How big do I want to make this? Maybe, wait, let's make this out of conveyor belts. And then let's add 1 elevator like this. I don't know how high, so let's make it like this for now. Close this area off. This will be our slag collecting area. Is it gonna be big enough? I wonder. I mean, as long as we're fast enough with burning the slag, this should be good enough. Just like make sure to burn the slag in time, and then yeah, that should be fine. I'm closing this off because we don't have the necessary steps to continue this factory. Beautiful. I think this is done now. So let's move our gold that was previously in this storage up to here. Is that all of it? That's slag. That looks like slag. Let's move our slag too into our beautiful slag storage. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful slag storage. Hopefully it's big enough, but eventually we'll have to burn the slag to process it further. But in order to do that, we'll have to unlock flamethrowers first, and then eventually it'll be automated by using lava. But for now, we do not have the necessary technologies, so we're not going to be doing that. All right, beautiful. Let's start the next phase. All right, so let's continue down here. I'm gonna dig out this whole starter area to get rid of all of the sand and convert it into wet sand using this water, and then eventually move it up to our factory. So this first starting area will be completely clean. So let's, oh, that's the wrong tool. Let's pull out our digging tool and let's dig out this whole little area. It's not too big because it's supposed to be like a starting area where you gather your first materials. So let's convert all of the dry sand into wet sand using this water. This will get rid of the water and the sand, and this whole area will be nice, neat, and clean, just how we like it. Not a single sand grain will be left behind. We will be using all of the resources until they fully run out. All right, so that is almost all of it. It's not big. Actually, it just continues through here. Never mind. There you go. See? Is that all of it? All right, so no, actually I'm missing a piece right here. There you go. Now, as you can tell, there's only 1 sand grain up here, but because we don't like that, we're just gonna add it to the rest of the pile. Beautiful. So let's convert this water into wet sand so we can move it over easily into our factory. Because moving water is not as easy. You can't just pick up water and move it around. So the best thing to do is to either use pipes or just convert it instantly. So we'll also use less water because water does get used up. It's a non-renewable resource. Well, kinda. You can still renew it in a few ways, but that is for later. But for now, we're gonna just use up all the water, convert it into sand, into wet sand more specifically. We're not leaving a single sand grain behind. Very nice, very neat, very clean. And that should be all of the water. Okay, beautiful. So now we can move this sand into our main area. Am I able to see the main area? Yes, I can. Okay, so let's do it like this. Drop it in there. And once I start dropping in the sand into our elevator system, it will get sucked up right here by the throwers all the way up here. It will get thrown onto the conveyor belt. And once it gets through this, it will be dropped down here. All of the gold is going to be shaken out of it, added to our storage, and the slag will go into this area. So it will get flattened out. Oh, wait, did I forget? I forgot a conveyor belt, my bad. So this should have been a conveyor belt. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't panic. I'm panicking. Hold on. There you go. Conveyor belt right here. It's a temporary blueprint right here. All you have to do is just move the sand out of the way and it will get constructed. There you go. Beautiful. Gold in here, no issues. Wet sand gets processed into slag, and the slag will not get piled up right here. It will always get thrown to the middle and eventually to our next area. Okay, that looks good. Perfect. So let's put all the other sand into the lake. That is slag. Also, slag, this game has really cool physics. If you put slag on top of water, it floats because it's lighter than water. And that is honestly so cool. There you go. So let's add our sand. And as you can tell, the water gets used up over time. So we're gonna have to be careful with water as a resource until we do the renewable water setup thingy, which is not good, but it makes water renewable. But it doesn't get you as much water as you would hope for. But it's still, because it makes water renewable, it's still worth it. And as you can tell, our system up here is working perfectly. The sand gets flattened out because it's 3 high right here. It becomes 1 high, and then it drops down the shakers evenly until it becomes slag. Our slag pile is becoming quite big, and we're making a lot of money. But in order to reduce the size of the slag pile, we might need to unlock guns first. Okay, so that's for later. We'll need to unlock the flamethrower. It's a very important part of this whole process. All right, let's find some more sand. That's almost all of the sand. I'm gonna just pull this sand up so I can actually see it from the other side. That is falling down. Actually, let me put it up here. Might as well. Temporary. Lot of manual labor for cleaning stuff out, which is not bad. The tool to clean stuff out manually is still very satisfying, so I still enjoy it. All right, is that all of it? That looks like all of it, right? Perfect. Not a single piece of rock, dirt, or sand left behind. Let's move on to the next areas. So the next area would be around maybe here, because that is all sand. Oh, our slag pile though. Oh, that is getting pretty big. Let's buy the guns. Yes. Beautiful. And buying a gun, which adds a physical gun to your hotbar, will unlock tools, which is the flamethrower, that we really need. So we really need this money to reduce this pile as soon as possible, because yeah, it's not getting reduced. And because it's not getting reduced, oh, actually we run out of sand. Oh, okay. Never mind. We need more sand, but our pile is getting bigger. That is concerning. All right, let's add some more sand to the system. We're gonna go, yes, down here. That looks like a good area. Let's dig this area out a little bit. Oh, also the new gun. It's like a, oh, it's auto-saving. You can shoot and mine out portions of the earth from a distance, which is very useful. Very satisfying too. It might not be as fast as the mining tool for now, but eventually we'll be able to upgrade the gun and your mining tool and other stuff too, using this special resource down here called Fluxite right here, which is used for upgrading tools, drones, weapons, and other stuff, like your base movement speed. So it is very useful. And eventually, we are working towards this resource in our factory, which will make getting Fluxite fully automatic. And that is kind of what we're working towards, because that is the resource of this planet that we really need. All right, so that is good enough for now. Let's clean this up a little bit so it's not in the way. I'm gonna add some automation to this. Oh no, our slag pile is getting so big. Let me clean this out a little bit, and we'll add a few conveyor belts, a few throwers, make it nice, neat. So we'll add a conveyor belt. What's the lowest I can go? Here? Yes. So the other way, right here, will be a conveyor belt that goes out there, and it will drop all of the sand into our lake right here. So this conveyor belt also needs a thrower like this. Also, I will block off this area so no dirt can get in there, so we don't lose any resources to this hole right here. So let's delete this block. Add a thrower, one above the conveyor belt right here, and it makes it nice, beautiful, and very neat. Look at that. Isn't that so satisfying? The physics in this game are just so satisfying. And now it's all automatic. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Also, we're almost at the $250 mark for our flamethrower, and that is very good news. Let's add 3. Might as well. 3 is a really good number for transporting stuff, so let's add 3. And eventually, once we reach the bottom of this hole, we will add another conveyor belt at the very bottom that will go into our throwers, move all of the sand up in a nice, beautiful line of conveyor belts and stuff. But for now, because we haven't really seen the bottom of this hole yet, I'm just gonna drop out the sand manually so it doesn't clog our further mining actions right here. It makes it a little bit easier to mine, even though this is still not the edge of our area right here. Let's keep digging. Oh, we found more water. Very, very useful, which means our lake will not suffer for now, at least suffer less because of this water. I always try to dig along the edge so I can have a feel of how big the area will be before I make any constructions in the area, so I can find the most efficient spot to put my throwers and conveyor belts to transport the sand. Let's see how deep this goes. Not that deep, but that's good. And because we reached the bottom of our little hole right here, we can start putting down conveyor belts because we know where the bottom edge is. All right, that's good for now. Let's convert this last piece of water. There we go. So because this is the lowest spot of this area, our conveyor belt is gonna go, I don't think it can go here. So it's either here or here, probably here, because I don't know if it can go below. Yes, this is the furthest spot, and we need to make it even with these throwers. So this is gonna be closed off because this cannot be built there, and this is gonna be our lowest point. So we're gonna extend the throwers right there. We're gonna grab the sand, move it out of the way so we can actually be built. There you go. And eventually we'll close this little area below the conveyor belt off so no resources get in it, even though right now it's a little bit wonky. Eventually it'll be much better. All right, let's continue. Also, I should go check up on my slag pile and buy the flamethrower because right now we're not making any money. We're not doing anything because the system is a little bit clogged up. So let me do that real quick. Like, it's not too bad. It's it is clogged up, but it's not breaking anything. So all we have to do is unlock the flamethrower right here, put it instead of the money, and then burn all of this, which will reduce the volume of it so we can store more, which is so useful. It's gonna mix the normal slag and the burnt one together, which is not a problem for now, but eventually once we unlock the kinetic, what is it called? Kinetic slag press, we will be filtering out the burnt slag and the normal slag. But for now, it doesn't really matter. It's not gonna break anything. However, we are gonna replace this conveyor belt with the filters that I just unlocked. So let's stop production for now. There you go. Let's get all of this out of the way. Just wait for it to go to the side, and then we'll add the filters to it. It's almost all through, and there we go. So we're gonna delete these up to here, and we're gonna replace them with filters. And these filters, they will only block wet sand. So wet sand will be transported into our little area, and everything else will just fall through to the ground. So let's say if we have wet sand, we put it on here, it will get transported, nothing special. But if we use, if I can find, there you go. If we do normal dry sand and we put it on top of the filters, it will go through back into our lake to be converted into wet sand. So there you go. That is a very easy, very efficient system. Go turn it on again. So if we ever run out of water in our lake, it won't be a problem. It won't break the system because the dry sand will not go into our factory over here. It will just go back into the lake, even though it's dry, until we fill it up with water, and then production will start all over again. These filters are very useful. So the next thing we're unlocking is this. So I need 1,000. Shouldn't be too hard to get because right now our slag storage is kind of filling up again. So we need to start processing this too. So I'm gonna go mine for a little bit, and then until we get $1,000, I'm just gonna build the system. Actually, I'm gonna build up this system up to here because I can see the edge here. So I'm gonna do this. There's an edge. I'm gonna close this edge off like this maybe. Yes, good. Oh, this was not, I was in the way. Okay. Okay, move the sand all out of the way so it can get built. Beautiful. And I'm just adding this edge right here so no resources get into the areas that I'm trying to close off, because I'm trying to square off the area, which makes it easier for transport. And as you can tell, the 3 throwers are working really, really well. There we go. Last one. Look at this beautiful area. Isn't this so satisfying? All right, let's start digging down. We might need to move the sand a little bit out of the way so it doesn't get dropped down too far. There you go. Beautiful. Wait, is it still dropping? Wait, hold on. Oh, it is still dropping through. That is not good. Oh yeah, it's still going through. So we might need to wall this area off a little bit because it's still going through this little crack right here, and we do not want that. So this will have to be a wall so this doesn't happen. That is a little bit annoying. So let's delete this and these two. Let's make a wall that goes like this. Okay, it's good enough. Actually, let's delete this one too. We don't need it. Let's make a wall. Oh, not this one. Little wall. We don't need to have this necessarily. Might as well leave it open. And then let's actually, we need to delete this. 2, 1 above, 2 above, and 3 above. There you go. Now this should be nice and clean and no resources will get lost. All right, let's continue. There we go. That is our next area. Beautiful. Let's remove the sand so it doesn't drop down even further. It becomes a problem. All right, let's dig this up, but first we're gonna wall it off so it doesn't, once again, drop down below. Let's use the flamethrower on these vines. Oh, wrong tool. I'm trying to kind of fill it up with sand, but I don't think, yeah, the water's gonna drop down. That is annoying. Okay, not all of it, thank God, but a little bit definitely dropped down, which is not too much of an issue. We can still soak it up with sand later, but for now it's gonna be a little annoying. Right here, yeah, we can only use a rocket launcher on this wall. Do we know that? Yeah, crackstone. We can only use a rocket launcher. That seems to be all of it. So let's transport this wet sand up here. We need to clean this water up because it's gonna continue dropping down. Actually, it doesn't really matter because we have sand down below. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So let's make a little conveyor belt thrower combo in this area too. One that goes here, 2, and 3. We're gonna delete this wall. And can a conveyor belt go here? I don't think it can. Oh, come on. No, we cannot. So we need to build it one more above. Okay, beautiful. Let's clean this little piece of sand up. Let's once again wall it off, like this maybe? No, one more. There you go. Wall it off so it doesn't make a mess. Let's make a slightly longer conveyor belt up to maybe here. We can break this. Okay, that seems to be all of the breakable dirt around here. Did I miss any? Oh, I did actually miss anything. I missed 1 grain of sand, but once again, we're cleaning up the planet. We're not leaving a single resource behind. Also, I should go check up on my slag. Yes. Okay. Oof, that is pretty clogged up. But that is fine because we actually unlocked the next tool, which is this. Yes, beautiful. Let's burn this slag a little bit. There's so much of it. Oh my god. Okay, so the next thing we will be building will be the kinetic slag press. It's a dropper of some sort where you drop the burnt slag into like a little funnel and then it gets dropped down. And once it drops from a certain height, it gets converted into gold and spores. Yes. So let's make, how tall do we want to make it? Because this is all going to be gone. This is probably going to be a filter that lets gold through. Yes. How tall do we want this? Maybe 3 high? The gold will go that way. Let's see. Is that enough? Actually, that might be a little too much. Let's do 1 tall maybe. And once it drops down all the way, hopefully this is big enough. If it's not, we'll make it 1 taller. Let's add a conveyor belt that goes the other way. How big do we want to make this? Actually, let me copy this conveyor belt right here. Okay, that seems good enough. Actually, this storage area might need to be a lot bigger for now. Temporary storage area. Maybe like this. Seems good enough for now. And then this slag press, I'm gonna have to leave maybe 4, no, 5. Let's do 5 high. 4, 5. Oh, that is not in the right spot. Good enough. And then we're gonna have to pile it down to maybe 2 high. Yes, 2 high and then 2 high here for extra space. Because we don't want this to get filled up. This area cannot get clogged or our slag press will stop working. So we're gonna do this like this for now. I'm gonna add a few throwers here because why not? They're gonna make a nice pile. 3 should be enough for now. That's enough headroom. And then our 1 thrower here. Yes. And then a a conveyor belt here. And then actually a filter that only allows burnt slag to go this way. And once it gets all the way up there, that is not the right thing. We're gonna select a conveyor belt and a thrower. Ooh, like that. And more conveyor belts that go, let's say, maybe like this. So the burned slag will drop down here. And if it's not burned slag, it will circle around. Let me close this off. It will circle around and drop into this area right here to be processed again. So it checks if it's ready to be dropped down, and if it's not, it gets circled around. And this is only one high because we want the burned slag to be as flat as possible. Otherwise, this whole contraption may get clogged. It's a very sensitive contraption that is very prone to clogs. So we need to make it as low as possible. So let's try it out. Actually, wait, I made a mistake. Oh, thank God I noticed. This is supposed to be one higher. Oh no. So let's delete this, and yeah, this needs to be a one higher because it's supposed to throw it above. Yes. And then, okay, and then conveyor belt like this because it's supposed to throw it above the conveyor belt. But because there's a ceiling, it will not pile up. So, okay, that goes above, this goes above, drops down. Seems to be good. Let's try it out. Okay, beautiful. Okay, yep, seems to be working. Actually, this ceiling can definitely be lower. It does not need to be that high. There you go. So we're getting our gold that goes back into our main gold system, and we're also getting spores right here. These are essential materials that need to be processed later. We need to make them into wet spores and add them to planter boxes. So this is good. Now we're making spores, and all of this gold is getting transported, getting sucked up. Oh, actually, this needs to be, oh no, this needs to be one higher. Uh-oh. That's not good. How are we gonna do this? We need to move this whole system one up. Yeah, because this is supposed to go above. Or, I mean, I can literally just delete this, make this into a conveyor belt, make this into a collector block, move some of the resources out of the way. And there you go, that works too. Actually, never mind, that was pretty easy. Oh, I already started panicking. Beautiful, there we go. That looks like a beautiful, well-made system, very clean. Let's burn the slag a little bit. This gold seems to have enough space to get out of the way. And now we're actually making spores, which is even more amazing. And we're making a lot of gold. So our next step will be, let's make some lights just because it's convenient and nice. Let's add a light up here. And a little light down here. There we go. Now everything is nice, neat, very cleaned up. Our system works, our slag is being processed, and it looks very nice, very clean, very neat. So this is a great ending point for now. I'm gonna end this episode on this. I'm gonna continue on the whole digging process in the next episode. But if you like the video, leave a like, a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.